Hi there. Jennifer Elizabeth Masters here with my mom. This is my mom. My mom turned 102 last July, so she is on her way to 103. And so we're going to have a little conversation about some of the things that she's noticed, the way that she has managed her life. So one of the things I want to ask is, families are having issues, they're canceling one another, they're ignoring one another. What do you say? What's the best way to handle something like that? What should we think about it?
Actually, if you start talking about it to them, you start fighting. In lots of ways, it's better to just leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Yes.
Let things unwind and
Yes.
unfold rather than pushing, wanting answers from people. Why don't you talk to me? Why don't you do things your own?
That's right. That's right.
So what about complaining? Because one of the things that I've noticed that you do not do is complain. I've heard you talk about age is just a number.
That's right. That's exactly what it is.
What about weather? Because you don't complain about the weather. People complain, oh, it's foggy, it's cloudy, the sun's not out. So what's your concept about that? What do you do?
You're alive. Everything changes.
Everything changes.
Of
Yes.
course it does.
And what good does complaining do anyway?
That's right.
Right? It doesn't change anything.
No, it does not.
So I want to ask you about aging. And you were mowing your own lawn at what, 80? Weren't you?
84, I guess.
84. And you drove until you were how old?
99.
You want some water?
Then I sold my car.
You sold the car. Here.
Yes. Thanks, Jennifer.
You're welcome. And I guess that was probably the biggest step for you, is to let go of the car, because
I didn't realize how bad it was until I decided I wanted to go shopping.
and no car.
I had to have somebody take me. And mostly, I don't like asking people to do anything for me.
So you would say that you're independent.
Yes, I am.
I would say
Just
even.
like my daughter.
Fiercely.
And why haven't you got gray hair? None.
Well, I get those genes from you,
But I had gray hair totally when I was your age.
Well, Tim, my older brother is 80. He turned 80 in June, and he's got gray hair here, but the rest of his hair is, I'll be posting some pictures of Tim. So he doesn't have much gray hair.
No.
My dad did not have much gray hair. Did you remember where it was that you honeymooned with Dad? How many years ago was that?
Well, when he died, when he was 73, we had been married 50 some odd years. I can't remember exactly right at the moment. Maybe I'll remember as soon as I stop talking.
Those things they roll back. So what is the thing that you have the most difficulty with now at 102?
Sleeping.
Okay. So you have a hard time sleeping. So what do you read in the middle of the night? Do you count sheep? What do you do?
Normally I go trotting off to the bathroom 2 or 3 times. It seems as though as soon as I get back into bed, I've got to go again.
And the longer that you lay there thinking about it, the more awake you are, right?
That's right.
Yes. So you read a lot of books.
I do now, but after my bad fall that I had, I don't remember. I don't remember what I've read. It's getting better, but not whatever.
How long ago was that? A year ago?
Yeah,
like
something
last
like
year?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mom had a fall. She fell backwards and hit her head, and
But that's the way
Yeah.
I seem to fall.
backwards.
Yeah.
Wow. Falling is never a good thing. It's not fun. But other than that, I mean, you don't have health issues.
No,
Right?
nothing.
No.
I have no diseases. I keep asking my doctor what's going to carry me off, and she keeps saying, I wouldn't worry about it if I were you.
Okay. So what's your typical meal plan? What do you have for breakfast?
I usually have 2 small handfuls of cereal.
Like oatmeal? You make oatmeal?
When I do that in the winter normally, but I have, what the heck is it I have?
Cheerios?
Cheerios, yes,
And then
and lots of milk.
and what about lunch?
I usually have half a sandwich.
So you wouldn't say you're a voracious eater then?
No,
No.
I never. I keep saying, my children were so hungry, they ate all the food. But
We
that
were.
wasn't entirely true.
3 boys and
Yes.
me, right?
They all have really good appetite.
That's true.
Which is good.
We like food.
And
That's
I
true.
don't.
Oh.
I never did.
Okay, speaking of, let's talk about alcohol and smoking. How much smoking did you do?
None.
Okay, and how much drinking did you do?
Not very much.
And when you did have wine, you'd have about this much.
That's
and,
right.
and then what would you say?
My headaches.
Your head would hurt. You felt
Yes.
you were tipsy and you had a headache.
Yes.
Okay. Well, alcohol actually causes an allergic reaction in the body, and that's what that drunkenness feeling is. It's an allergic reaction to the alcohol.
But
That-
nowadays I stagger and I say, I'm not drinking.
as you stagger. So the major thing that you have going on is the imbalance, right?
Yes.
Hard time staying
I guess.
balanced. And it's not due to dizziness, is it?
No.
Okay. All right. So how do you feel about you and life and in general? How do you feel? I asked you this question earlier.
And I said, I don't really know.
You said you were
I just
content.
take each day as it comes.
And you said you feel really content.
Yes, I
Yes.
am.
So you're content living alone, content with yourself.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. All right. So what's going on in the political arena doesn't derail you, doesn't make you angry?
No, it amuses me.
Okay. All right. So the highlight of our day, we're going to go grocery shopping.
Yes,
Yes. What is on the menu? What are you buying?
I buy lots of fruit. I love green grapes and bananas because I usually have a banana or half a banana depending on the size. And I eat lots of grapes, which means I'm not constipated.
No, that's a good thing. You know, if we're not going to the bathroom
That's right.
regularly, that's a problem.
That's right.
Remember when doctors used to say an apple a day keeps the doctor away?
Yes.
It's for that reason, right? We want to keep things moving. You drink a lot of fluid too.
Yes, I do.
So you can't see, but there's a cup and a mug over here of water. One has diluted tea, very diluted, not strong, and then she's got water. She's constantly
right.
drinking water.
Lots of water.
So how have you taken care of your skin? Because people have commented about how beautiful you look, how wonderful you look.
If I wear makeup, I always take it off at night. And I have very dry skin. And I use lots of cream. Good old Avon.
Avon, right? Yes. Well, that just goes to show you that you don't have to spend a fortune on face cream. Avon's
No.
quite reasonably priced, right?
Avon is fine,
Right.
even though it has gone
Up.
up. Excuse me. Those guys are probably wearing harness because they're up on the top of what would be the third floor.
So we're going to go grocery shopping.
Yes, we are.
They're doing some construction next door, and that's given Mom, something to watch out her window. Where she used to live, she lived in a condo for how many years? 10? Was it 10?
Probably.
And
I didn't buy because I found anybody that owns anything in a condo has to pay when something happens. So this way I never did have to pay for repairs. And stuff like that.
Well, yes, but you had a home for a long time. You had your
Yes.
own home. So living in the condo, you had a school behind you. So you used to have the children to watch. Now you're watching construction workers out the window.
That's right.
All right. So we're going to go grocery shopping, and we may do a little video in the grocery store. We usually have fun there.
Who knows?
And so thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. This is my mom. Like I said,
This is my daughter.
almost 103. I love you, Mom.
I love you too,
Love you, Mom.
sweetheart.
I love you.
I said to Bob, I don't care.